Hello. Hope y'all's having a good evening. Want to jump on real fast and do a quick video. I'm going to take a second while y'all are jumping on and go ahead and get this pinned and posted and shared. So just give me a second to go ahead and get that taken care of. Shouldn't take me just a second. Hello. Hello. I'm just, trying to... How do I do this? Oh, right here. Okay. Hi, Jasmine. How are you, honey? I don't know how. Yeah. Okay. I think I got it. All right, guys. Now, today I'm going to try to do a simple look, something easy, fast, something you can kind of do in a hurry. I did already clean my face, so I'm going to jump right in. I'm going to shake my primer up. Now, normally, today is the day that I do my drawing. I'm a little behind on that. I'm trying to be a little more thorough as I'm gathering all my, list of people. So I should probably have my order tomorrow. And I was thinking I would go ahead and do that then. So as we're, getting ready for the drawing, I could go ahead and show you what I got in my order. So definitely make sure you're following my page so that you can be notified of that, especially those of you who have placed an order or, have shared anything, because your name will be in the drawing. Normally, I believe if you click my nose, it should kind of come up a little window from the bottom, and there's a box on the right side of that you can make sure you're following. And then as I post or, go live or anything, it will notify you of that. So that's a quick way to kind of ensure that you don't miss anything. Like, share, and follow. Yes, that's important. That's what I normally base my drawings on. People that have liked my business page, followed, or shared. So it's kind of a quick, easy way to get your name in there. The reason that I decided to wait for the drawing is I kind of made up my own little prize. So I wanted to be able to get that and kind of explain it to you guys. The last time I did a couple different drawings. So, you never know really what we're going to end up doing. When I get in there and kind of get going, I kind of just let it happen. So I put the foundation on. It looks really scary right now. I'm going to take my Burgendy. Now, it is very important if you're going to be applying anything with your hands to make sure that they're clean, just to kind of prevent spreading bacteria around, especially as a mom. You never know what's on your fingers when you're dealing with kids. You could have food on there, changing diapers. The possibilities are really unlimited. So definitely make sure your hands are clean, your face is clean. That's kind of going to guarantee from the start that, you're going to have a good outcome. Another thing is you kind of want to stay away from applying stuff with your fingers as much as possible. A lot of people like to use a brush as well to apply their foundations. If I had a decent foundation brush, I'm sure that I would too. Currently, I don't, so I prefer the Blendy. But the Blendy is really nice because it's going to kind of absorb the excess and help you spread it a little easier. So that's, you know, one of the perks of that. A brush kind of does that to a point, I guess. Kind of absorbs it in the bristles. The only thing that I don't really like about a brush is you're kind of smearing the product around. And especially for ladies, you know, that are concerned about, you know, fine lines or wrinkles and stuff like that, you're going to kind of want to stay away from that as much as possible. With the Blendy, you're kind of restricted to the dabbing motion, which is going to help you set it into your skin a lot easier. And all in all, that's kind of the point, what you're wanting to do. Got it in my hair a little there. So yeah, that's just a couple things to kind of consider when you're applying stuff. Also, if you've got yourself a good setting spray, especially if you're trying to get a long wear out of your makeup, you know, maybe you're wanting it to last all day or all night, it's really important to use a setting spray. And, you know, most people think using a setting spray is going to be at the end. You know, once you've got all your makeup on, you know, you're going to want to spray it on to kind of set everything. And you definitely want to do that. But it's also important, especially to get a longer wear out of your stuff, to apply that in the layers. So, you know, right now I've got my foundation on. It's really thick in my eyebrow. This would be a perfect time to go ahead and set this. You know, then we're going to go in with our concealer. And once you get that applied, set it with your setting spray. You know, then your blushes and your, you know, contours and different things. Kind of every layer of makeup, you want to make sure you're going in with the setting spray. And that's just going to, the potential for the, you know, the wear, the longevity of it. Every time you do that, it's going to increase it. Avon setting spray is very awesome. I have used so many different setting sprays. For those of you that really know me, know I can't recommend things that I'm not, you know, in love with or that I don't personally use. So, you know, this is all from my experience. If I recommend something, if I say that I like it, you can trust that I do. I'm not necessarily out to just sell things. When I started these videos, my intentions were to kind of let people know the truth about makeup, the truth from, you know, my opinion. And a lot of that is kind of how to wear things, or, you know, little tips or tricks that you could learn or use, you know, with the makeups that you've already got. And of course, you know, everyone likes to update. Everyone likes to get new things. So, you know, if I could recommend something that you're going to love as much as I do, you know, then that's a plus. And these concealers, this is the Ideal Nude Concealer. It is very concentrated, as I have said before. So you're really wanting to, you know, kind of start off with a smaller amount and kind of work up to it. A lot of people have asked about, you know, under eye. And I guess the best advice I could kind of give for that is you're not wanting to smear. You don't want to pull the products, you know, on your face. You kind of want to do the dabbing like we were talking. Hi, Heather. Hi, Sharia. Hi, Darian. It's definitely very important, especially under your eye, to go in with that dabbing motion. It's going to set it in your skin versus smearing it on top of your skin. I'm looking for my baby Blendy here. No. I think I lost it. I found it. I'm always misplacing these things because they're so tiny, which, makes them very convenient. But they're so tiny, they're like extremely easy to overlook. So, okay, girls, I'm going to go ahead in with this baby Blendy, and this is my pink one, which I have kind of designated for my concealer. And I'm just going to kind of dab over the areas that I have put in the concealer. Now, the point of concealer is obviously to conceal. Also, it's very important to add light, dimension. A lot of people use concealer in a way that it kind of works with their contour. It's really kind of hard to contour and get a good outcome with that without going in and adding the light to your face. So, at the point that you've got your foundation on and you're ready to, start your contour, if you add the dark in there, you kind of almost have to add some sort of a light to counteract and balance out that dark, if that makes sense. So if you're struggling with contouring and you're not really sure what you're doing wrong, or you're not getting it to look like you want it to, maybe you need to consider that. If you're adding dark to your foundation, you kind of have to add some light in to balance that. And, to make it look more natural and all the good stuff. So it's definitely something to consider. Under your eyes is kind of like a basic area to conceal. A lot of people, including myself, have trouble with dark under eyes, which can be caused from, lack of sleep, not getting enough water, stress, aging. It can be hereditary. So there's a lot of different, reasons that you could get dark under eyes. And sometimes they're really hard to control. They're really hard to, take care of in a sense. So if you're going to conceal, that is definitely an area that you want to consider. As you can see now with the light that I've got on, it kind of washed my face out, made it look really light, even though my foundation is still a little darker than my skin. Because normally in the winter I get pale because, you're not out and about a lot. So, I'm going to go ahead in with our contour. I'm going to find my brush here. Okay, I did get a new palette. This is a Pixie Strobe and Sculpt Highlight and Contour Palette. There's several different shades in here. There's some highlighters. This one, I think, could even be used as a blush. But you can see for different skin tones, even the highlighters are kind of made that way. I haven't used this yet, so we're kind of just going to play around with it a little bit. I think I might use this middle here for my contour. So I'm going to go in with my contour brush. I'm kind of just going to start right there in my cheekbones and add some of this contour powder. Now, contours and highlighting, blush even, those products normally come in cream and they come in powder. I normally like powder. Cream is really nice, especially on, hot summer days. They're kind of a little more dewy, which, is appropriate, I guess, for that time of year. They are also amazing for people that have drier skin. you know, if you're wanting to try to stay away from powder as much as possible. I like a dewy look personally, but my skin is very oily. So I can kind of get away with a good setting spray. I can get away with using a good bit of powder just because my face is oily. I honestly kind of feel like since I've been using my moisturizers and my, you know, face creams and whatnot, I've noticed that my face really isn't as oily, which is definitely a perk. Your skin has a pH balance. So anytime that you're dealing with problems like that, you know, oiliness or dryness, even acne, more than likely the pH of your skin is unbalanced. So that's definitely a perk of skincare, taking care of your skin. You know, you want to make sure it's as healthy as possible. Sunscreen is another thing that is very important, especially in the summer, you know, because we're out and about. And it's something that you're not really going to, you know, kind of stop to think about. Oh, wait, you know, let me put my sunscreen on. So it's definitely a good, you know, a good thing to kind of just get into the habit of that in the summertime, you know, as you're putting your face creams and whatnot on. Make sure they've got some sunscreen in them. If not, you know, definitely go ahead and get you some of that and just add it into that regimen. Avon's face primer has sunscreen in it. A lot of their day creams as well have sunscreen in it. So it's kind of really convenient that you don't have to, you know, add another product in there. You can just put on your day cream and be good to go. Kind of got the other side blended a little more, so I'm kind of just going to go back through in between my hair everywhere. So what do y'all think of this hair? I got it cut short not long ago. I've been playing around with different ways to fix it. I actually put curlers in my hair last night, which is not something that I normally do. I do have a pretty good bit of curl, honestly, in my hair. I got pretty good, you know, genes, I guess, for curls. They're kind of uneven a lot of the times, though. You know, it's not like a real uniform pattern. But I am fortunate because, you know, it's there. So a little bit of mousse and some hairspray doesn't take a whole lot, you know, to get some curls going on. I wanted to work the curlers in just, you know, out of curiosity to see how it would turn out. You know what, girls? I'm really liking this palette. This color is like perfect for me, I think. It looks pretty. You like it curly? Yeah. It's excessively curly. It's like perm curly. Okay, so we've got our nose done. I'm going to add a little under my lip here, just to kind of create some sort of an illusion. That's a lot. Let's blend it out here. You apply it under your bottom lip like that. It kind of creates the illusion of a bigger bottom lip, which my lips are very thin, especially my top lip. Okay, I think I'm pretty pleased with this. I'm going to go ahead and put on some blush. I'm going to find me my blush brush here. I'm just going to use something kind of peachy, something, you know, not really bright or bold. This one is the Antique Rose. Kind of just going to pop it right on the apples of my cheek. I like to kind of go back towards my temple here and maybe even a little above my eyebrow just to kind of blend that contour. I think it really kind of helps with the lines. I don't like to see, you know, where things start or end. So this is really a good way to kind of blend that together. Just a little bit, little pop of color. I might actually even go ahead over and try a little bit of this. It is definitely a highlighter. You know, it's definitely got that shimmer going on. I like it. Can y'all see that shimmer? It's very pretty. It's just kind of a pink, peachy, the shimmer itself. It doesn't really add no color. As you can see there, it kind of just adds some shine, which is nice. Normally, I like my blushes kind of matte. I don't like a lot of shimmer to my blushes because I want to kind of be able to add that where I want it. And I don't want to have to worry about it being somewhere that I don't. So this is a really nice way to kind of incorporate that into the blush. Although you have to watch because a lot of Avon's blushes do have shimmer. So, you know, if you're wanting something that's not, you kind of have to read as you're, you know, looking through to find one that doesn't. This brush, oh my goodness, look how dirty this brush is. I need to get me a box of tissues back here. This thing is like crazy dirty. I don't even know what I used it on. It's how it normally happens, I guess. It just comes out of nowhere. Just kind of brushing through my brows real fast. This one did have a lot of foundation in it, so I want to make sure I'm taking care of that before I go in with my pencil. I'm going to go ahead to my mineral powder here. I'm going to find me a brush. I'm kind of just going to dab in there. Now, when you're applying your powder to set, you want to remember that dabbing motion. So you kind of just want to go, and wherever you put your brush down first is where the majority of the product is going to be. So you want to kind of take that into consideration. You know, if you're kind of wanting to do an area, you want to kind of start in the center of that and then kind of go around it. These big earrings. I love these big earrings, but they're a little hard. Makes it a little hard when you're putting powders and whatnot on. These loose mineral powders are my favorite. I really, truly feel like they're like a cheat. Your holy grail. I have used these by themselves. And they, you know, it's a foundation, essentially. So, you know, you can wear them over foundations or you can also wear them alone. It's going to get you a different, you know, outcome. I like to wear it over a foundation because of that dewy look that I like. But you could definitely wear these powders alone as, you know, a foundation themselves. All kind of depends on what you like or what you're going for. I'm going to get me a smaller brush really fast because I want to do under my eyes. And I always like to make sure I have a smaller brush for that. Just because I feel that it's appropriate. I don't want the big brush, you know, kind of moving or getting into areas that it doesn't need to be. Got that hair right in my eye. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this side. Okay, I think all in all, we're pretty good. I am kind of going to go back in just to make sure. Yeah, I'm liking that contour. It's definitely different than my bronzer. It's always nice to have, you know, different shades of things for different moods, or just, you know, depending on what you're going for every day. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put some highlighter on really fast, and then we'll move on to our eyes. I did want to kind of do something simple today, something a little easy. Now, normally when I make these videos, they take some time, you know, because I'm stopping and I'm explaining and talking. But normally when I do my makeup, I can do everything in like, you know, 10-15 minutes. So this is something that would be even simpler. You know, if you're in an extreme hurry, something that you could do to kind of, you know, add a little color, but not spend all day doing it. I'm not really going to do no fancy techniques or, you know, no eyeshadow looks that have names. That's how you know it's, you know, a little more complicated if it's actually got a name. So if you just give me a second here, I am trying. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, highlighter, and then we'll move on. Right here it is. It's in my face. I'm going to go ahead and stick with this palette since we've done, you know, kind of used it. I might use this goldy looking color here. I'm going to use a smaller brush. I'm kind of just going to dab where I want this to be. It's really pretty. It's definitely gold, kind of pearlescent. Highlighter is like all the rage right now. They've got so many different shades and formulas. So it's definitely kind of a personal preference. I recommend that you kind of pick something that matches your skin tone. So like me, I'm, you know, fairly pale complected. I wouldn't want to pick a highlighter that was really dark. Because with, you know, with the highlighter, you're really just kind of wanting to add the shimmer. You're not wanting to add color, if that makes any sense. So with that in mind, if I picked, you know, something really dark and tried to highlight with it, I would be adding color instead of just the shimmer. Gonna need some sunglasses, I'm telling you. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move over to some eyeshadow. Let me find somewhere to sit this. Actually, I need a drink. Hold on. I feel like I swallowed some powder. Okay. Now, I have talked about this antique eyeshadow palette that I have had for decades. So I figured today we will go ahead and play with it a little. I want to show you guys that it's still usable. It's still beautiful. I'm just looking for a couple different brushes really fast. Got that one. That one might work. Okay, girls. This is my palette. This is an Avon palette. It's kind of a little faded. I see 1980 maybe 90. I can't really tell. Anyway, this is a simple brown. I'm trying to make sure you can get the tones. Simple brown eyeshadow palette. It is one of my favorites. I've had it forever. I very rarely use this because it's special to me. So I'm going to go ahead and get in here. I'm using the kind of medium brown. I'm just kind of going to dab this. Got that foundation on my eyes. Blend it out really fast. Because I don't want that there. It's ugly. I can't help it. I love it. It is ugly. But it's been used, probably abused. I've had it since I was young. So, you know, every move that I have made, I've had it. It's probably been mistreated. I'm just going to kind of put a little dusting of this brown kind of on the outer corner of my crease. Nothing special. Just kind of want a little definition. I am going to go in with this shade, which is kind of a creamy. You can't really see it, but it's there. I'm just going to kind of set that on my lid. Y'all know I don't like to leave any blank spaces in my eyeshadow looks. So I'm kind of just using this color as a filler. There's really not much of a color to it. It's really close to a skin color. But as you can see, it kind of toned that for me, blended it really nicely. You can see the difference between my eyes. But it's very simple. Anyone could do a look like this. I'm going to go ahead and do it on this side. Need to get me enough. Color looks pretty on you. Can see why you hang on to it. I love this this eyeshadow palette. I could almost guess that it was probably one of my first. It was actually my mama's. And as I got a little older and kind of into makeup, of course I fell in love with it. I probably bummed it from her, to be honest. And she gave it to me. And I've had it ever since. That's why it's kind of special to me. Got a lot of memories. No, I'm just picking. Okay, so you can see there kind of what we got going on. Something really simple, really kind of natural looking. Mama gave it to you. Yes, Mama gave it to me. Okay, girls. So now I'm going to go ahead and put my brows on really fast. I'm going to sharpen my pencil really quick. I like to keep my pencil sharp. It's very important, especially while you're putting the details in there. You know, along the edges. Kind of the rough shape, the rough outline. When you're kind of filling in the center, it's not really as important, I don't guess. But I really like a sharp eyebrow pencil. This is the brow that I kind of got a little short. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of extend it a little. I think that's pretty good. I can't believe how much of a difference eyebrows truly make. It's crazy. I've always been one that I was, you know, a little scared of eyebrows, a little scared of filling them in. I felt like they always looked too dark, you know, because I wasn't used to filling them in. But since I have been adamantly doing that, I feel weird without it. So it's definitely not something you're kind of going to get overnight. You kind of got to take your time and let yourself get used to it. I need to trim these brows. They're getting a little long. Sometimes, honestly, a good trimming is really all you need, especially if you're fortunate and don't have really thin eyebrow hair like I do. So it's definitely important for me, you know, to fill in where I'm lacking. I think that's pretty good. I do see a little more of a bald spot right here. Kind of comb them. This one's a little more pointed, I think, than the other. Telling you, there's days I can throw these brows on in just 2 seconds. And then other days I could set for hours and perfect them. I'm thinking that's probably as good as they're going to get. And this one here, I blame it on it because sometimes it cooperates. Other times, like today, it does not. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fill in under my brow. I'm going to go back to the shade I used for my highlighter. I'm going to get me a smaller brush just to kind of keep the color a little more OCD. That's right. It is definitely OCD. So I'm going to go ahead and just fill in kind of just right under my brow. I like to highlight that area. I also like to do some in here. I think it really kind of opens your eyes, makes them look, you know, bright and clear. Honestly, if you're going to highlight your cheeks and whatnot, you know, you might as well highlight your eyes. I think your eyes are like the main focal point of your face. Eyes are beautiful to me. It's really interesting to see all the different colors, you know, eye colors and shapes and whatnot. So normally I'm always gonna, you know, accentuate my eyes. I am gonna go ahead and use our single champagne. I use this every look. I can't quit. I'm addicted to it. I probably need help. I'm kind of just going to do right in that arch. Just to kind of add Just that extra little bit. I got my brush backwards. Extra kind of little bit of pop. I love this stuff. I swear every girl needs one of these singles. I think they're like, you know, $4, $3, $4 something. So they're truly cheap. You can add it to so many different shades and make so many different looks out of it. I really like to highlight with it as well. And you can see the difference that made. Actually, that one's a little shy. Okay, that's better. So now I'm going to move on. I do have a second palette. Like the natural look, so pretty and fresh. Yes, that's what we're aiming for. You know, something pretty, something fresh, something you could do in just a few minutes. Okay, girls, I do got this palette as well. I'm going to be using this burgundy color here. This palette is called Warm Sunrise. So I'm going to use a teeny tiny little brush. It's actually got glitter on it. It's hard to tell from where. I'm going to be taking this color. Now, I've seen this done with a eyeliner, but I do not have an eyeliner in this shade. So I'm just going to use a really tiny little brush. And I'm kind of just drawing that right around my eye once it's open. So if you want to do it with your eye open to kind of ensure the placement of it. And then I'm kind of just going to blend it up towards my eyebrow. Need a little more on this side. Kind of just going to blend it up towards my eyebrow. Just kind of add a little pop of color. It kind of looks browny right now. But I didn't really have anything, more burgundy. But I do have something I'm going to add to it to make it more burgundy. With all the brown around it. It kind of just drowns it out and makes it look brown. Love it. Very pretty, beautiful, darling. Thank you. You can see that there where I put it. It's just kind of right here. Now, if I had an eyeliner in the shade that I was wanting, it would be so easy to just kind of pop it in there. I'm going to take the same color and I'm going to do under my eye. Kind of wanting it a little on the heavy side. I'm just going to blend it right into that champagne that we've got in the corner here. I'm going to do the same on this side. Now you can do this with blue. You know, you can do it with purple, pink, pretty well any color, orange, any color that you kind of would like to kind of add just a little bit of pop to it. I'm kind of just going to blend this up towards the corner of my eyebrow just to kind of get a finished look. And that's it. That's all we're doing. Now, I'm going to go in with this. This is one of my glitters. It's red. I kind of did a little concoction before the video to see what I could use to make the burgundy color. It's one of the things that I really love so much about eyeshadow is you can truly kind of mix and match. Now I'm kind of just going to dab this along that burgundy color to kind of give it a little more of a red. And then once I get it in there, I'm kind of just going to blend it around. And you can really see how, you know, it's popping, it's matching, you know, my shirt. I'm going to take the excess, if I have any, and kind of highlight this a little bit. I don't want to put a lot up there because I want it to kind of just be slight. But you can see there what that did. It really kind of contours your eye. As you can see here on this side, really kind of make my eye look poppy. So for someone with smaller eyes, thin eyes, you know, eyes that's kind of set back in, something like this would be so good for you. It's really fun to play with. It's very simple. You know, it's not a million different steps that you have to perfect to really get, you know, the outcome to be good. I really love playing with makeup to kind of see what's going to happen or what kind of look we're going to get. I'm loving this. It's so simple. It's so pretty. I'm just going to use the excess again and just kind of highlight this little patch here. Now, it is something you kind of want to play with. I always love the natural look. The great thing to summer's coming. Love it. Yes. Well, and you know, some days the purpose really is to play. You know, so you're in the mood. I hope you're doing a burgundy lip. I'm going to try. I'm going to try my hardest to do that. Okay, girls. So while I'm here, I'm kind of going to use this little brush that I've been using. I'm going to dip back in my champagne and just really make sure I keep that highlight there, which I really didn't affect it much, but just to kind of touch it up slightly. I don't want to lose that. I am loving this. I really am. It's simple, it's clean, but it's fun. Kind of just going to blend this edge a little bit just to kind of make sure this one's a little harsh. So I'm kind of just going to fan it up towards that brow just to kind of dust that line out slightly. Okay, ladies, I'm not going to do any eyeliner, anything like that extra. I want to kind of keep it simple. So I'm going to move on to my mascara. Yes, no, I want to do a burgundy lip. I kind of got some things in mind I want to try. I am a little nervous, but it's fun to play. So if nothing else, we'll learn something. Now, I don't have any sort of eyeliner or nothing, so I want to be really careful with my mascara. Even though it is kind of easy to clean off, I want to try to prevent getting it on anything. I'm loving this mascara. For anybody that's a part of my page, this morning I went and uploaded some different pictures. I made some different albums. there is a mascara guide in there. There's skincare guides, a little bit of everything. Definitely go and look at that. There's so many helpful little tips about mascara, you know, how you want to wear it, what you want your outcome to be. So definitely look into that. I did get a little on me right there. Hi, Trish, honey. How are you? Mascara is one of them things, you know, everyone's kind of got their own preference when it comes to the brush and the formula. So that's the reason I chose to, you know, upload that for you guys. I really wanted to ensure that you're going to pick something that you like. And with so many different mascaras in their line, there is definitely going to be one that you love. I promise you that. I am really hardcore when it comes to mascara. I don't like junk mascara. It is definitely got to be good to impress me. I've used so many different brands, so many different kinds. I am a professional mascara wearer, self-proclaimed. And I'm just going to tell you, they have got several mascaras that I love. So, you know, coming from someone that's extremely picky over mascara, I promise they have something for you. Look at that. You don't need any fake lashes, I'm telling you. And that was just one coat, which I think I'm going to stick with today. As long as I can get it kind of even. Sometimes the first layer is hard to get even because you're really wanting, you know, to separate the lashes. Get them all coated really good. I've seen a lot of people advertise, you know, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 5th, the 10th. I normally don't go that far, but I do like a couple coats. Got it on my eye there again. This is my bad eye. My hand is backwards. I've got all these new little hairs in there from the Nourishing Mascara. And it bugs me if I don't get them all coated. I think I'm happy with that. I'm going to let that dry for a few seconds so I can spoolie it off. I'm going to kind of clean up while we're doing that. I am going to move on to lips. Hi, Jessie. How are you, sweetheart? I'm going to put my lip conditioner on just to kind of give me a good base. Okay, girls. I'm going to show you my burgundies, which a couple of them I kind of wanted to mix together to get the shade that I'm looking for. I want you girls to help me see if you agree. That's that purple. I need to find some sort of a need for that purple. Okay. Now, this was kind of my pick. I know it's just a chapstick, but this is a tinted chapstick. I think it really kind of looks burgundy. That's what I was thinking of going with. Or I was going to mix these two. Maybe do the darker and lighter like we talked before. It's kind of what I was thinking. What do y'all think? I am loving this look, girls. I see one little thing that's bugging me, though. Gotta fix it. Right there. I might as well go ahead, since I did that, and do this side. I gotta be even. I can't stand to be uneven. Okay. Mix it. Try it. That's what I was thinking. Let me get my dry skin off of there first. I hate struggling with that dry skin. You can see it right there. Although the lip conditioner is really helpful for that. I should have put it on a little sooner to give it time to soak in. But it did help. The 2 seconds it was on. Okay. So I think I'm going to go with the darker maybe in the middle. So I'm going to use a brush for that. Hello, hello. Did you get kicked out? Loving your hair, girl. I love it. Thank you. I really like that lip conditioner. So do I. I've become so dependent on it, which it's so nice to get something and really fall in love with it. And I definitely have that. It's kind of a little burgundy on its own, really, this color. It really is. Now I'm going to go over with the brown. So what do y'all think? You think it's okay? I think I need something a little redder, maybe. Let me see here. Just had it. Yes, that's it. Can you see it? Since you told me about that ombre, I have been obsessed with, like, figuring it out. I like it. Better, better, better. Yes, I like it a lot. I don't know which of, I think that goes there. I might add a tiny tad little bit of shimmer to it. I love this shimmer because it's so velvety. It's not like, you know, big hunks of glitter. So it's really easy to blend. I love that. Okay, girls, I think we're good. As we talked earlier, be sure you're going in with your setting spray. If you're trying to make your makeup stay longer, maybe it's wearing off or creasing on you, definitely go in between your steps, between your foundation and your concealer and your powder. Go ahead and spray in between all those levels just to help, really sink that in and set that into your skin, because ultimately that's what you're wanting to do as you're applying your makeup. I hope y'all look this kind of more natural look. Definitely tune in tomorrow. Click my nose. Make sure you're following me. I'll be doing my giveaway tomorrow. I'll also be showing you what I got in my order. So you're definitely not going to want to miss tomorrow's live. If anyone needs help with brochures, samples, if you want to place an order, definitely get a hold of me. Actually, I forgot to get that mascara off of me. But yeah, definitely reach out to me if you need help with anything. Anissa, honey, if you don't figure out your stuff, definitely get a hold of me because I can help you with that. I think that's it for this evening. It's a beautiful day. I hope you all enjoy yourselves. Get out and about with the people you love. And always remember that pretty is as pretty does. So y'all stay pretty.